Hello, class of 2023. So this is your home practice, an introduction to the flow. So what kind of yoga are you going to be learning to teach on the Be Yoga Teacher Training or on the immersion? If you're planning not to teach, you're just doing that for yourself. Still helpful to kind of understand what is the kind of yoga. There's lots of different styles. Obviously, I've got lots of training with different disciplines. If I have to put a label on it, it will be mindful flow yoga. And the principles of flow, which we're going to start with, if you'd like to come to stand, are to do with joining together the heart and the brain to find a place of coherence. And a very simple way that we do that, as we ground the toes, soften the knees, turn the palms up to receive the practice. Perhaps soft focus your eyes, set an intention. I am here, or I am enough, or whatever your little mantra is today, which will infuse your physical practice with something that's coming from your heart and your brain. And the flow state can begin with an inhale, lifting the hands, and an exhale, lowering down. The moment we move with the breath, we synchronize the brain and the heart. That's the flow part of the mindful flow. And then the mindful part is just an awareness of the body, an awareness of what's coming up in the body. As you exhale, feeling the soles of the feet on the ground. As you inhale, feeling a rising. Lift the arms all the way up now. Take the hands down, interlace the fingers, have a little bend in the knees, and then press forwards and up. Inhale. As you exhale, arms come out to the side. We're going to keep going with that. So inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands come down, interlace the fingers, press forwards and up. And then exhale out to the side. Good. One more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands come down, press forwards and up. And exhale. Good. So we often start yoga classes lying down or standing up. We're starting today's flow standing up because I'm just going to take you through a simple structure for flow sequencing. Yeah? We experience this in the body before we try and figure it out in the mind. Yeah? This is kinesthetic learning. So standing towards the top of your mat now. Same thing with the arms. We take them out and up. We exhale, bringing the hands through the center, interlacing the fingers, press the palms forwards and up, inhale. Exhale, come into a forward bend. So bend your knees, take the hands towards the floor, let the head go, and then walk up the legs halfway, lift, inhale. And exhale, back down. We're going to step the left foot back, and we want a little bit of space between the feet so they're hip width apart. We can shift the weight forwards and backwards, warming up gradually. And then gently take the knee down. As you inhale, take the arms up again. And same thing, we bring the hands to the center. We repeat movements to get into that rhythm, and also for our students to be empowered with movements that everyone can easily do. Yeah? So interlace the hands again, press the palms forward, lift the arms up, exhale, take the hands down. We're going to take the hands now inside the foot. So some people won't be able to come all the way down. That's fine. We can just come to here. If we're all the way down, the left hand comes to the floor, and then we can lift this right arm out gently for a gentle twist. We're going to take the hands down now, coming back onto hands and knees. Now bring your hands slightly wider than the shoulders. Let your hips sway from side to side. So much of Yoga Asana is about freedom of the spine for the channels of Kundalini energy or cerebral spinal fluid, mystical and practical, all welcome here. As you circle the tailbones, unwinding tension from the head and the neck. And if you're doing this practice in the evening, you are releasing all the tension you've gathered in the day. And if you're doing this practice in the morning, you'll be noticing if it feels different and you're releasing from sleep. So beginning this practice in winter, the body's naturally quite compressed. So now take the hands under the shoulders, under the knees, lift the head to the tail, feel as if you're pulling your hands and knees towards each other. And then as you exhale, relax your head down. Now feel like you're pushing the hands and knees away as you curl around the spine. A few more like this. Inhale, lift the head, lift the tail. And then exhale, curl around the spine. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling, lifting. exhaling, rounding. So we're going to come down onto the floor now, walking the hands forward and slowly lowering to the ground. Obviously cushions for the knees if anyone needs them. And we bring the arms alongside the body, rest the head down on the floor. Bring your attention to your feet now as you keep your forehead relaxed. Point your toes. If it feels okay, bring your legs together, squeeze the legs together. If that's pinchy, take the feet apart. Yeah, that goes for most postures. Start to engage the pelvic floor, squeeze the glutes. The knees will lift as the thighs engage. You're travelling from the feet all the way up now as you lift to cobra. Can you keep your arms heavy? It feels horrible, but it will fire up those lower back muscles, supporting our posture, finding the stira of the Stira Sukham Asana, the two qualities of asana that are written about in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. Apart from those two things, there's very little about posture in the teachings. Slowly come down, relax. Maybe take your head onto your hands, bend your knees, let your feet sway. And you'll all be reading the amazing book, or at least the case studies of the book, Somatics, which is so helpful for understanding how the body tightens up as we age and how the somatic nervous system is key to keeping our mobility. So now take the hands down just off the edge of your mat, press the hands down, press the feet down, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together as you lift up. So keep your neck relaxed with a little smile, chin to shoulder, and then lengthen by looking forward over the edge of your mat. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, we engage Mula Bandha. So that's the pelvic floor lifting, perineum, everything gathering in and up, which gives you that little lift. Hold it here for a moment, and then gently come back down. Good. Now take the hands to the sides of the ribs, roll from side to side. This is Serpentine Cobra, which is a way of exploring, again, how much tension have we got? We're in a tight shoulder epidemic currently. I think all of us have tension in the shoulders, which we can release. So coming to a supported cobra, go gently. Remember ahimsa, kindness. Dip one shoulder into the midline, back to the center, and the other shoulder in the midline. Yeah, good. And this kind of cobra was life-changing for me. It used to always be like whoop, whoop down, whereas the side to side was like, the divine feminine, here we are. So tucking the toes, drawing the hips back. And we're ready for our downward dog now. So lean into your hands, spread the fingers nice and wide, lift the hips up. Steady through the hands as you bend one knee and then the other, wagging your tail. And then we'll start to walk the feet forward towards the hands. Coming to a little halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale again. Uttanasana, hands on the floor. Bend your knees as much as you like. Now find that grounding floor energy as you take the arms out to the side. Back to the center, hands to the heart, Samasthiti, back to nothing, back to the intention, feeling of your feet on the ground. Let's flow, other side. So interlace the fingers, push the palms forward. Do a little side stretch now, coming over to one side, back to the center, over to the other side. Coming back up, take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, bend the knees and then roll the tailbone forward, squeeze the shoulders, lift the chest. And then forward fold. So you don't have to keep the bind. If your shoulders don't like it, you can just let the arms rest. Otherwise, relax your neck, have a bend in the knees, squeeze the shoulders together, and then the hands come over, maybe not very far. Release the hands to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. And now the right foot steps back. So same thing, find a little shift forwards and backwards. If you need to pad the knee, go for it. Bring the knee down, arms out, inhale, rise, and exhale down. So hands forward, lift up. So again, we can do that little side stretch if we like, getting the intercostal muscles to open, so our breathing is more effective. And then the twist, so if people can't come down, hands on the floor, we can take it to here, open twist, or we bring the hands down, and then take the left arm out, inhale, good, coming back down. So now our first vinyasa, we're going to come back onto hands and knees again. And find a little sway with the hips, spread the fingers, finding a kind of tabletop position here now as you lift the heart and then round the spine. And then we're going to take the hands further forward, knees a little bit back. So we're coming to our half chaturanga. So we're making a straight line, knees to shoulders, come down just a touch, and then press back up. Building strength now in the core and in the triceps. So it's tiny movement. Come down, press back up. Come down, press back up. Good. And then come all the way down. Rest your head on your hands, let your feet sway from side to side. Relax. And I'm coming back into Cobra. So we've done the prep with the arms by the side. Now we're going to come to that classic Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Tail presses down in order to roll the shoulders up. Inhale. And then exhale, come back down. Transition, pushing little reverse press up, down, go the hips to the heels, and we rest the head, active child's pose. So we always give our students the option of child's pose instead of downward dog, being aware that some people find child's pose very tricky if they can't weight bear on the knees. So lean into the hands, coming back into downward facing dog, pedaling out the legs, take a breath in, and a big breath out. And what we're looking for in downward dog is that stretch that a dog does, if you've seen a dog, where they get up and they stretch out and lift the tail in the air. Start to walk the feet to the hands, come to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Take the arms out, we rise. We pull up our leggings. We exhale, hands to the heart. Good. So now into chair pose, and we're going to pick up the pace a little bit. So the knees are back over the ankles, the arms swing. Chair pose, like we're sitting in a chair, feet are just a little bit narrower than hip width, and then we sit low, see if we can keep the shoulder blades soft, take the elbows out to the side, and then forward, making a zigzag shape with the body. Pulse here, it's very strong, lift up and then sit down a little bit lower. We want the knees back. If you take your knees forward, you can feel the difference. Knees back, sit low, breathe, lift up. Nice, hold it there, feel the fire in the legs. And then rise up, inhale, circle the arms back, exhale. Let's flow, inhale, arms up, exhale to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. Now we step back. Now we meet you in downward dog, or we come through our vinyasa, inhaling to plank, exhaling down all the way. Point the toes, inhale, roll to your back bend. Exhale, roll back, down dog or child's pose. So now we're ready to step forward, coming into a high lunge. We can do this from the knees. If we're feeling tired, we lift the heart, we round the spine, and we step the foot through. Yeah, stepping through from downward dog is one of the most challenging things for beginners. Yeah, so we always step back first, so they've done this position, makes it easier to step forward. Same thing for you, step forward from the knees, or take the power flow, inhale, right leg lifts, exhale, knee to nose, push the floor away, shoulders over wrist. This is the strong version. Inhale, lift up, bring the knee to the elbow. Good, inhale, lift up. Bring the knee all the way through. We're going to step it to the hand and then rise up. Yeah. Take the hands back down through the center. Interlace, push forward and then lift. Now soften your elbows, circle your arms, find a strong lunge position, and then take your left hand to the floor. Right hand to the heart. We're going to twist now. Take that right arm up. Bring the right hand back down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lunar option, the back knee is down, yeah? Give yourself what you need. Lift up and down. Now we flow, so we step back to plank. You can take a rest or hover down, either knees or straight legs. And then inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, child's pose or downward dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, good. Power flow left side, so remember you can be here, and you can just step your foot forward. Yeah, things can always be more gentle. It's important to practice yoga with ahimsa, non-harming. Left leg inhale, knee to nose, exhale. Inhale, lift up, knee to elbow, exhale. 1 more, inhale, lift. Exhale, knee comes forward. We land, we rise, we will wobble. Hands come down, yeah, good. So crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. If the heel is down, it's warrior 1, which sometimes people need for the knees or the joints. Circle the arms back. And then inhale, we greet the day. We take the right hand down. Bring the left hand to the heart. If your breath is a bit ragged, like mine is, a little bit tired, take the back knee down. Yeah? If you feel strong, the back leg is super strong. Left hand rises on the inhale, and take it down on the exhale. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, we bring it down. Good, one more. Inhale, we lift. Exhale down. Now step it back. You can come to plank pose. You can press back to downward dog, taking no flow. Or you can flow, coming forward, lowering, chaturanga knees or straight legs. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, child's pose or down dog. So now direct path. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, we ground. We circle the arms forwards and up. And then we take the hands to the floor. Just one twist now. Left hand down, right arm up. Hands to the floor, step it back. Now vinyasa or no vinyasa. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Left side, inhale, lift, exhale through, inhale, rise, exhale down, inhale, circle, exhale, right hand down, left arm lifts, inhale. Hand to the floor. So step it back. This is our namaskar. It's supposed to get the heart rate up. It's supposed to challenge us just enough. Rise on the inhale. And then roll back on the exhale. And give yourself 5 breaths in downward dog. Or resting in child's pose. So from here, we're going to bend the knees. Step, walk or float. Top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale. Soften the knees, come back up through chair. So the legs are really strong, the arms are passive. Inhale. Can you soften these shoulder muscles? Very tricky. Sit low, breathe. And then rise up. And exhale. Good. So come back into a little side stretch, maybe a little circle. And then feel your heartbeat slowing down. And it's good to get this sequence really in your body, so it's so clear, so simple. Because from this structure, we build our namaskar. And the namaskar is the part of the practice that is challenging, it gets the body moving. Over the years, I've realized with students, the namaskar is a really great way to use the left side, the right side, forwards, backwards, down and up. And it prepares us for our warriors, our balances, and all those other postures. So this is a foundation practice. Take the hands to the third eye. Give thanks, as always, for making this time for yourself. Extend the gratitude from the third eye to the heart, and to you. Well done.